Mr. Speaker, I think that I remember when I was a student at Kulkuli School. Thankfully, my senior brother, Honorable Harun Idrisu, attended Kulkuli School. On each day, we were forced to go to school. It took the NDC, the National Democratic Party, the National Democratic Congress. I'm not a paragon of knowledge, unlike you. The National Democratic Congress, to ensure that there was social justice and equity in a country that is constitutionally described as a secular state, that the NDC gave us our first holiday, thanks to the NDC. As Muslims in this country, because my brother was telling me, mentioning the number of Muslims at cabinet, I never knew that cabinet ministers are more influential than vice presidents.
Tell him.
We had a vice president who was a Muslim for 8 years. He didn't see the need. Now you are now mentioning our names. That Honorable Harun Idrisu, Honorable Mutaka, Honorable Mutala are Muslims at cabinet. We had a vice president. He didn't see the need. So it tells you the beauty of this country. It tells you how accommodating Ghanaians are. It tells you why we have become an oasis in turmoil. That if you go through social media, everybody points to Ghana and says that this is the country I would want to be. That you find in churches, programs, you find Muslims who are attending. You find in mosques, you find Christians who are attending, traditional worshippers. That makes us a state. But this idea of trying to bring about religious justifications and why you think that as Muslims we should have done that, I leave that to the Ghanaian public who are watching live across the globe. The NDC has always demonstrated that everybody in this country should be treated equally. And for us as NDC, this particular holiday which is given to us, for me, is a relief. Because I still remember as a little boy attending school, that the agony I went through to go to school on each day when my colleagues were celebrating. We can only thank His Excellency President Mahama and thank the National Democratic Congress. And Right Honorable Speaker, that explains why, even though my grandfather was one of the founding fathers of the UP tradition, the more I read about the political history of this country, the more I gravitate towards the only political party that ensures social justice and equity, and that is the National Democratic Congress. Right Honorable Speaker, I would conclude by saying, yes, we need to talk about the history of this country, but history is properly told when you acknowledge both the positives and the negatives. Nkrumah is the founder. Nkrumah was a judge, that African of the millennium, not African of 10 years, 100 years. And he was a judge by no less a group than the entire continent of Africa. BBC voted him. Who changed the Founders' Day in the first place? Who changed it? What the NDC and President Mahama is seeking to